What if I told you that caring less is actually the key to a better life? What if all your stress, anxiety, and frustration are caused by you caring about the wrong things? You're about to learn why caring too much is ruining your happiness and how letting go can set you free. We live in a world where everyone is told to care more, hustle harder, be more productive, be liked, be validated. But here's the twist. The secret to happiness isn't about doing more. It's about letting go. Letting go of the things that don't really matter. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to do exactly that. By the end, you're going to learn a mindset that can shift the way you see everything. Your job, your relationships, your goals, even your past mistakes. Stick around because we're about to get real about how much we care and how much it's costing us. Let's start with a story, because this truth hit me in the most unexpected way. A few years ago, I was stuck in a job I didn't love, stuck in friendships that felt more like obligations, stuck chasing approval from people who wouldn't even notice if I disappeared. Every little thing got under my skin. Someone didn't text me back, I'd spiral. My boss didn't say, "Great job." I'd feel like I failed. Not enough likes on a post, I'd delete it. I cared about everything. I thought that meant I was responsible, or ambitious, or kind. But the truth, I was just exhausted. And one night, after another long day of trying to please everyone, I came across this line in a book. The key to happiness is not caring about more, but caring about less, and only about what actually matters. That quote hit me hard, because suddenly I realized I had spent years watering the weeds. I was giving my time, my energy, my emotions to things that didn't deserve them. So I decided to try something different. I started to care less, not about everything, just the stuff that didn't actually improve my life. The drama, the small talk, the fake smiles, the impossible expectations. And here's what happened. I got happier, lighter, more free, more me. And now I want to help you do the same. So why do we care so much? Because social media trained us to constantly seek validation. Every like, comment, and view becomes a mini dopamine hit. We start living for approval instead of purpose. Modern culture glorifies hustle and comparison. If you're not grinding 24/7, are you even trying? If your life isn't perfectly aesthetic, does it even count? We're taught to be everything for everyone. Be the perfect student, friend, child, worker, partner. We spread ourselves thin, trying to fit in, to be liked, to be enough. But here's the problem. The more things you care about, the more power you give to things that don't matter. You start living a life built on fear. Fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear of rejection, and that fear controls you. It makes you say yes when you want to say no. It makes you overthink every post, every message, every decision. It makes you feel less than, even when you're doing everything right. That's why caring less is not cold or selfish, it's survival. Let's be honest, most people today are overwhelmed, burned out, tired, not just physically, but emotionally. And it's not because they're lazy or weak, it's because they're emotionally overdrawn. They've been handing out pieces of themselves all day long, like candy at Halloween. You care about how fast your career is moving. You care about what strangers think of your clothes. You care about being liked by people you don't even respect. But how much do you care about yourself? About your peace, your growth, your happiness? Here's a harsh truth. Most of us are caretakers of 100 little fires, but we've let our own house burn down. So how do you care less without becoming a sociopath? Here's the trick. You don't stop caring about everything. You stop caring about the wrong things and start caring deeper about the right ones. This is what author Mark Manson calls selective indifference, and it's one of the most powerful mental tools you can use. Let me break it down for you. Step 1, identify what actually matters to you, not what your parents told you should matter, not what society tells you, not what looks good on Instagram, but what really matters to you. Is it your family, your health, your creativity, your peace of mind? Write those down. Get brutally honest with yourself. Because once you know what matters, you'll know what to protect and what to ignore. Step 2. Use the "will this matter in 5 years" rule. When something's bothering you, someone's rude, you make a mistake, a plan falls through. Ask, will this matter in 5 days? 5 weeks, 5 years? If the answer is no, let it go. Life is too short to lose sleep over something that doesn't even have a shelf life. Step 3. Reclaim your emotional budget. You only have so much emotional energy every day. Don't spend it all on nonsense. Gossip? Not worth it. Internet arguments? Absolutely not. Pleasing people who don't care about you? Hard pass. Instead, invest that energy into things that fuel you, not drain you. Read, laugh, create, rest. Do things that give back to you. Step 4. Realize that you can't control everything, and that's okay. You can't control how people see you. You can't control what they think. You can't control if everything goes as planned. But you can control how much you let it affect you. And when you stop trying to control the uncontrollable, something magical happens. You start to breathe again. I remember the moment everything clicked. I was in line at a coffee shop, and the person in front of me was yelling at the barista over a messed up order. And for a second, I felt that old urge to care, to get annoyed, to judge, to feel the weight of the negativity. But then I caught myself. And I smiled. Not at them, but at myself. Because I realized, that's not my energy, that's not my problem, that's not my business. And just like that, I felt free. I didn't need to fix it, I didn't need to react, I didn't need to care. I got my coffee, I walked out, I breathed in the sun, and I felt light, weightless, untouchable. That's the power of caring less. Look, this isn't about becoming heartless. It's about becoming fearless. It's not about pushing people away, it's about pulling yourself back into focus. You don't owe your attention to everything and everyone. You don't have to carry every emotion that shows up at your doorstep. You get to choose, you get to care less. And by doing that, you start to feel more joy, more peace, more you. So the next time someone tries to guilt you, pressure you, distract you, try this simple phrase. That's not something I choose to care about right now. Say it in your head. Say it out loud, say it with peace. Because when you care less about what doesn't matter, you finally have space for what does. But look, I get it. Caring less sounds good on paper. But in real life, it is harder than it sounds. Because we have been wired since we were kids to care too much. We have been told to chase gold stars, smile for the camera, be polite even when we are dying inside. So yeah, letting go feels weird at first. You might feel guilty. You might feel like you are slacking off. You might even feel like you are becoming selfish. But here is what I want you to remember. There is a big difference between being selfish and being self-respecting. Selfish people only think about themselves, but people who respect themselves, they know how to protect their energy. They know when to show up and when to walk away. So the next time you are afraid to set a boundary, ask yourself this: is this fear helping me? Or is it just dragging me back into the same patterns? Because patterns do not change until you break them. Let us take an example. You have a friend who constantly vents to you. Every time you talk, it is a 2-hour therapy session. You listen, you comfort, you care. But when you need someone, they are busy, or distracted, or silent. Now, in the past, you probably said, "It is fine, they are just going through something, I do not want to be rude." But now you ask, is this a relationship I want to keep investing in? Because not everyone deserves access to you. Your time, your kindness, your attention, these are premium currencies. And if someone keeps spending yours like it is free, it is time to stop the tab. Let us talk about another big trap: perfectionism. Perfectionism is just caring on steroids. You want to be the best, look the best, do everything right. You want 0 mistakes, 0 embarrassment, 0 failure. But here is the truth. Perfection is a lie. It is just a clever excuse that fear uses to keep you stuck. Because if you are always trying to be perfect, you will never actually start. Caring less means being okay with being good enough sometimes. It means hitting upload even if the video is not flawless. It means speaking up even if your voice shakes. It means showing up even when your hair is a mess and you do not have all the answers. Let me tell you something. The happiest people in the world are not the ones who did it perfectly. They are the ones who kept going, even when it was messy. They are not fearless. They just did not let fear decide everything. They care selectively. They care about being present. They care about growing. They care about living a life that feels good on the inside, not just looks good on the outside. And that is where you are headed to. You are done being the person who overthinks every decision. You are done playing small just to keep everyone else comfortable. You are done pouring your energy into things that give you nothing back. You are here because you are ready to care less about what does not matter and way more about what does.
So let me give you something practical.
A mental habit you can use every single day. It is called the cut. Here is how it works. Every morning, before your day starts, ask yourself, what am I choosing not to care about today? Maybe it is someone's opinion. Maybe it is a number on a screen. Maybe it is a mistake from yesterday. Maybe it is an expectation that was never yours to carry. Say it out loud, write it down, cut it, and then flip it. Ask yourself, what do I care about today? Maybe it is your peace. Maybe it is being kind to yourself. Maybe it is finishing a task that matters to you. Maybe it is doing nothing and not feeling bad about it. The cut is not about being null. It is about being intentional. It is a daily reminder that you are in charge of where your energy goes. Not your job, not your parents, not social media. You get to decide what matters today, and that is real freedom.
Prologue.
You were born into a world that never stops shouting. Do more, be more, care more, keep up, do not mess up. And for a long time, you listened. You cared a lot. You tried to keep everyone happy. You chased every shiny thing. You overthought every move. But all that caring did not lead to peace. It led to burnout, to anxiety, to a version of yourself that always felt one step behind. Until one day, you stopped. You took a breath, you looked around, and you realized you do not have to carry it all. You do not have to care about everything. You do not have to fight battles that were never yours to begin with. And in that quiet moment, you felt something new. Lightness, relief, clarity. This is your new chapter, where you stop proving and start living, where you stop reacting and start choosing, where you stop pleasing and start being. So care, but care better, care smarter, care less about what weighs you down, and more about what lifts you up. Because the less you care, the happier you will be.